Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing to these videos on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram at Sita1. You can find daily posts of the tarot cards on Instagram and Sita's weekly tarot readings on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Sita1. We start this week on October 31st. Happy Halloween to November 6th. And I'm here to share a little bit about the customs of Halloween, just briefly, and then our upcoming energies that's happening in the atmosphere that will affect you in the coming week. This reading is from October 31st to November 6th. So this is a very spooky time? Not really. The veils are thin. What does that mean? It means that we can connect to the other world, where our loved ones and people who were really close to us have passed on, and we can send our love and honor them in some way. Halloween is about giving of ourselves, giving food and sweets to the poor, and that's how the custom began, about children coming to collect candy. So if you do have children or grandchildren, make sure they're sharing with others. That's part of the custom. Now, Halloween is the Celtic New Year, Samhain. It is the midpoint between the autumn equinox and the winter solstice. And in this beginning of New Year, we see everything cut back and going back into the earth, and then transforming, feeding the earth, waiting for spring, planting new seeds. And I always love this time of year because it allows me to reflect and to go within and to see what I need to transform within myself. And you see some beautiful changes in the weather at this time. So knowing that we're also regenerating every day, cells are dying, our body is changing, and things around us are changing, except it's a slow transformational process, and we don't really recognize those changes right away until they reach their very end. So take the time perhaps to have a lovely dinner with your family or friends, and set one place at the table for the ancestors, and then you can maybe put some photographs of the ones, your loved ones who've passed away, or people you've remembered from the distant past, and say some lovely words and thank them for their contribution to your wonderful lifestyle you have today. So we have something significant coming up. We're just before the eclipse, so we need to keep in mind that whatever we begin now has a long-lasting effect. You have to reflect back to the last 6 months to see how the eclipses are forming in your life. And this new moon on November 4th is in Scorpio. So we have moved from lovely, gracious, balanced Libra who wants everybody to get along to Scorpio, where no, it's not about getting along, it's about digging deep and finding out what those issues and challenges are, bringing them up to the surface and facing them. A lot of Scorpio energy. The new moon is in Scorpio, opposed by Uranus. This is pretty significant. And we have Mars moving in, Mercury moving into Scorpio. So there's a lot of Scorpio energy, and it's asking us to do some transformation. However, Uranus is challenging us to change our perspective, to open up and to be our unique selves and draw in that creativity. And the only way you can do that is if you break down the walls of restriction that you have created for yourself. So this new moon is pretty significant in beginning the cycle. All new moons are about new beginnings. So what do you want to create, and try to balance it out with a really unusual perspective. You don't have to act on it, but it's a good way of drawing that energy in and being your own self, your own individual, creating your individuality in the world. Everybody needs that. So remember, you're a unique form of universal expression and consciousness. And you can move this forward, but in order to do that, you're going to have to remove some restrictions. They could be emotional, they could be actual physical restrictions. Maybe you need to move. You don't know until you start investigating. And that's the other theme of Scorpio, that ability to go within and investigate. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto and the cool ruler Mars. They're pretty intense planets, so this is very intense energy, but really enjoy learning more about yourself. So as we move along, we see that Mercury will sextile Venus, and this is going to create a more harmonious energy. If you want to make a big change in your life, communication is the key. Venus is going to help you to do that, and in that situation you'll be able to have more cooperation from others and get some ideas from others. So there is some nice energy that's happening here that will help you along the way. So don't discount what others have to say. Maybe they're allowing you to see more of what your desires are and to have more clarity about your movement forward. Please like, share, and subscribe to these videos on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram at the Sita One. You can find daily posts of the tarot cards on Instagram and the weekly tarot readings on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at the Sita One. So enjoy this very intense but very significant time. We're wrapping up the year, so we have a new year right now. It gives you a chance to create some new ideas, sort of do some planning for the future, just like you would plan for your garden in the spring. The same idea here. And then we're moving to another ending. There's some pretty significant movements that are happening November, December, and January, and then of course we're into the calendar new year. So this is a pretty exciting time, but it's time to clean up. Just think of it that way and transform your ideas. Have a wonderful week. Enjoy that Halloween celebration, and I will see you next time.